there, Aquarius. Welcome back to Wild Lotus Tarot. This is going to be your weekly intuitive reading for September 14th through to the 20th. Aquarius, let's see what's on the cards for you. Starting first with Rebecca Campbell's Work Your Light Oracle, illustrated by Danielle Knoll, my favourite tarot illustrator who also illustrated the Yogic Path and the Star Child Tarot. So let's see what your overarching message or theme is for the week, what you might be journeying. Stop. Keepers of the earth, you are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. So that's a real message, guys, that, we all have a spirit team made up of ancestors, angels, spirits, guides, past loved ones. And, really all we need to do is ask if we want their guidance. I mean, the thing is that they don't really interfere with the 3D realm down here unless we ask for it. So all you need to do is, say that little prayer, and then you need to tune to the subtle signs. That's the tricky bit. Like, a lot of people are very busy and in the head and running around, and you don't really see, or you don't really sort of feel those intuitions in that state. So we need to slow down in order to receive, because their communication can come through in the, the subtle visions, the sudden inspirations, the angel numbers, and all of those kinds of things. So it's an indication to slow down in order to receive divine guidance this week. Aquarius, oh, you have got Hanuman. Hanuman is actually, has only come out twice of this deck ever. This is the second time. So Hanuman is that beautiful monkey god who is the god of courage. And it says here in the book, Hanuman represents the evolved mind and the potential we all have to no longer be enslaved by our thoughts, but rather surpass them. It's very much like the Strength card, guys, which, shows the lion and the angel, which stands for the ego mind and our higher self. And we need to sort of detach from that mind or quieten it down. Like, it has its purpose, absolutely, but sometimes it overtakes us, and, we really want to make those key life decisions from the higher self rather from the ego mind. So just what I was saying with Keepers of the Earth, guys, this is a real indication that maybe we need to take some deep rest, to get out of the thoughts of the mind, to start receiving the wisdom of the higher self, or beyond, if you believe in that. Aquarius, let's excuse me, get out the tarot story. As I'm doing that, I just want to tell you about my beautiful friend's tarot channel. Her channel name is Indigo Starseed Tarot, and we support each other here. Her readings are very, very authentic. So if you want somebody who's very authentic, who genuinely has, spiritual abilities and isn't just trying to make a name for themselves or collect views and subscribers, check her out. I personally watch her channel and love her messages. So it's Indigo Starseed Tarot. Okay, guys, let's get out the energy of the recent past, what you may be journeying, energies of leaving, completing, or transitioning in your life. 5 of Cups, while the 10 of Wands is at the bottom. That's an energy to have that courage of Hanuman to disconnect from the past, Aquarius. Let's get out the present position, present or focus. There we go. It's transformation time, guys. Yeah, strength and courage to let the old fall. It's out with the old, in with the new when the Death card comes into a spread. So let's get the near future outcome position out for you, Aquarius. Here we go. That's right. Leaving the past behind. Ending on the Justice energy. This is the change or modification that you have been waiting for to bring about karmic justice in a situation, Aquarius. So let's clarify. Clarifying first the 5 of Cups. The Magician. Only you can make it happen, Aquarius, but you know that. I'm sure you know that. Okay, let's clarify the death energy. So we've got some big major arcana here. Page of Cups. That's interesting because I actually saw the Page of Cups when the Eight of Cups came out. Finding that missing piece, guys. I have a feeling I know what it is. Let's clarify the Eight of Cups. Okay, let's take the one that's touching it. The Nine of Wands. I also saw that in the deck before. It always works out perfectly. I've got the Two of Swords over here at the bottom of this one. Just give me a moment, Aquarius. I mean, there's a real theme here of, you know, wanting to find that authentic path. And there's a feeling here of, you know, look, there is a piece missing in a situation. Something's got to give. Something's got to change, because there's a sense here of being a little bit stuck in the past. And Hanuman's really saying, look, we need to have the strength and courage, obviously, to, you know, weigh up our options and step onto the new path, to kind of get out of the holding pattern or the indecision, right? Because the Two of Swords can be the indecision. And Spirit or Tarot and the Keepers of the Earth this week are saying it's time to bring justice to it. It's time to shift this situation, because one thing is for sure, Aquarius, that if we do what we always did, we get what we always got. And that is an absolute universal truth. And I've recently come to my definition of what transformation takes. Death card is the card of transformation. It takes finding your edge of discomfort and continuously meeting it. That's why it's not easy, because if it's easy, everyone would be evolving and growing and transforming all the time. But change is tough, right? So often we decide to kind of stay in the past, whether we're consciously aware of it or not. The thing is, you know, if we stay in the past, we don't get that juicy growth. We don't get that juicy transformation that shifts us to an aligned energy where we start to attract and manifest, like the magician, you know, what we desire. So actually I'm gonna start here. I'm gonna bring in the Hermit as well, called Serenity in this deck. So I don't know, this is a general reading, Aquarius. You'll need to relate it to your situation, but the Five of Cups can be sitting with the disappointments of the past. You know, what hasn't worked out. Could be in relationships, could be in business. Currently it could be that you had a plan for your life and that plan is not playing out because of the situation that we're in globally. And that can be, maybe you live in a different country, you've got a certain kind of job, and now it's looking like you're going to have to return home. All these kinds of things. And, you know, getting stuck in that charge of disappointment, what it really does is it puts us in that holding pattern. You know, these cups here, the spilt ones, represent the past, the disappointments of the past, what hasn't worked out. But the thing is, that water or wine that was in those cups, it's spilt, right? There's no getting it back in there. It's soaked into the earth. And it's a metaphor for the past is the past. We cannot change it. We must accept it. What we can change and influence is the present moment. So it's about that number 5, the point of change, to bring you out of conflict and back into possibility. You know, we need to have the acceptance and surrender to what has been, and then get on with being the creator of our new reality. Because it says here that there are opportunities around you. We've got the Ace of Cups peeking out here. We've got the Page of Cups. People are trying to come in with emotional offers for you, but potentially you're missing them at the moment because we're enshrouded in this kind of a little bit of it can be disappointment, depression, anxiety. It can be, you know, a little bit of the victim mentality as well when the Five of Cups comes into a reading. So it's about building that bridge over those emotional waters and coming back to the sanctuary. For me, it always represents the portal of the heart, which is interesting because we have the Hermit here, which I picked up under the deck here. And the Hermit is a real card of turning inwards to make sense of a situation, to seek your own counsel and wisdom, right? So it's like different from, this is almost turning inwards, but to stay in the past and maybe overanalyze and stay in the mind. We talked about that with Hanuman. Whereas the Hermit is about going inwards to actually seek your own wisdom and possibility through the wisdom of the body and the heart, not through the mind. And it's about healing and regeneration and rebirth as well, the Hermit here. So that's what I see is the journey. The journey out of this really is taking that key step, because you've got a couple of 9s in this reading, and 9 is the almost but not quite. So I feel like we're almost but not quite on the turning point of the situation. That's what Justice is going to help you do, because currently we see you at the 2 of Swords, which is the crossroad, weighing up options, trying to make a decision to move forward, but feeling stuck at the moment, and potentially the decisions are being clouded by your emotions. The 2 of Swords talks about being blinded by your emotions and decision making. So that's why we need to release those and come back to the present moment. So the 2 of Swords talks about, you know, stepping onto a new path, but making that decision from a place of fact, logic, and intuition, little moon there, but not from the emotional charge, because that can it can put us, you know, in a place of reacting through triggers and things like that that put us on not the best course for us. What I love to see here, Aquarius, is the Magician, because the Magician is the energy that makes it happen. And the Magician is the energy of, you know, an awakening to the fact that you have everything you need. You don't need any pieces from the past. You don't need the over-analysis of the past to move forward. And the key message here with the Magician for you in this reading is that you create, attract, and magnetize from your internal state. So if we're in this energy here, we're putting out to the world an energy of lack, of disappointment, maybe depression, and what are we going to get back? Confirmation of that experience, or more of the same. So the Magician says it's really time to lift your inner game, to raise your vibration, because, you know, like attracts like, and our external reality is going to be a match for our internal realm. So it's time to really do the work of letting the past be in the past, and to really cultivate a positive internal state. And that is going to be your work of transformation, Aquarius, the Death card. It's the clearing of the slate, right? So that's what I see here. The Death is really closing out a cycle of the past, a cycle of the emotional charge of the past that's going to have you moving forward to divinely guided bright times. Because also I feel like when we're stuck in that 5 of Cups energy, there's no way we can hear the subtle messages of the keepers of the earth, because we're stuck in the mind, we're stuck in the past, we're not going to see it because we're not present. So Death is really saying, hey, it's time to do some work of internal alchemy. That's what that flower on the flag stands for, so that we can get back connected to the heart and back in alignment in our life. So that's the cycle that's ending here for me. And when Death comes into the reading, the key is to surrender to it, right? Because, you know, this is the energy that wants to move you forward. So I absolutely love that. The Page of Cups here for me, actually, I'm going to talk about the Page of Cups. I'm not going to talk about the Page of Cups now. I'm going to talk about the Justice and the 9 of Wands. Yeah, so I'm just intuitively just going around a little bit because this is what fits for me. So the Justice is the you know, the change or the modification that needs to happen in order to release this situation, because that release is going to bring those karmic scales back into balance. This is the energy of Libra, for those of you that want to know. Death is Scorpio. So there is a sense that, you know, something's got to give here. And if we mix that with the 9 of Wands, you know, another 9, almost but not quite, this kind of shows to me that whatever this past situation is, and it might not just be thoughts, you know, you might be still connecting with a past partner, getting back together, breaking up, or, you know, you might be still sort of in that situation. The 9 of Wands says that you have weathered the storm and you're feeling, you know, worn down by that situation. Basically, it's a real energy of kind of looking over your shoulder, maybe walking on eggshells, being in fight or flight. And the way to get out of this, of the 9 of Wands, is to shift it to 10 of Wands, which is a completion. That's a release too. It's a release of the stress and the tension and the weight on your shoulders, because the message is that the person that carries the heavy load, that carries the wands, also can't see other opportunities that are right behind them because their vision is clouded. So there's a real sense that this is going to be an unblocking for you, that is going to also make you see opportunities that were already there. I'm not going to say attract opportunities because I feel like they are already around you, but you can't necessarily see them or you're not connecting with them. So it's justice time, and justice can be anything from making a fundamental decision, Two of Swords, you know, that I'm absolutely going to release this, I'm going to do some cord cutting meditations, I'm absolutely not going to engage with that person of the past, all that kind of thing, right through to seeking legal advice, getting out your work contract if it's a work situation you're trying to get out of, legal divorce, separation, property agreements, could be a property situation as well. And it's really important to make sure that you get all the information so that, you know, you can really claim your victory. So it's about karmic balancing here. It's about releasing the strength. No, don't release the strength. Releasing the stress and tension in order to close out the cycle. Wrong way. So as your outcome, Aquarius, tough, but I like this. We have the Eight of Cups and the Page of Cups. Now, the Eight of Cups is somebody who has made that firm decision to turn their back on the past. And look, they've gone from a shadowy figure in a black coat, cloak, or whatever it is, of depression, to somebody with the red cloak of justice. Red cloak is I'm switched on, I've got energy back. You know, red is the energy of passion, of aliveness. So through making that decision to turn your back on the past, you're going to reclaim your energy. You're going to start moving forward again, because there's a message here that whatever you are leaving from the past, you're getting to the point of internal peace that, you know, you could never get the fulfillment that you desired in that situation, right? This person has 8 cups. I think there was a certain amount of joy and love and harmony, or, you know, fulfillment, if it was a job, relationship, whatever it was, for a period of time. However, you could never achieve that wish fulfillment, the 9 of Cups, the 10 of Cups, happy ever after in this situation. And I think you are coming to the acceptance of that. It was great while it lasted. It came to an end. I was very hurt. However, I'm never going to, you know, complete my best life in that situation. So that is the acceptance point. That is the wisdom that is coming through that hermit mode. And now the person in the Eight of Cups moves on to find that missing piece. And look what we have in the reading. The Page of Cups, an emotional messenger carrying 1 cup. The missing piece. It's just perfect, isn't it? So there's a real message here that you're moving towards your wish fulfillment, which is the 9 of Cups energy. What I love about this particular Page of Cups is that this person here touches the heart chakra and looks very, very authentic. There's been this message, we started with it at the start, I mentioned it with the Hermit, about coming back to the wisdom of the body, coming back to the portal of the heart, dropping in out of the mind. So that is a key for you as well in making sense of the situation and moving on. But I also feel that the kind of people and opportunities that are waiting for you in your future are going to be people that are more authentic, are more aligned, because you've done the work of the magician, you know, cultivating that internal game so that you start attracting the right offers, the right opportunities, and the right people coming forward for you in your life. The Page of Cups as an energy also says expect the unexpected. Expect, you know, changes out of the blue. When you shift your energy, you know, you step into a new realm of synchronistic possibility. And the Page of Cups, you know, is a synchronistic energy. Justice is number 11, you know, the 1111 number. So it says that there are new possibilities waiting for you. And I think you'll find, Aquarius, that they have been there all along, but you are now able to see them, and you've done that alchemy to actually draw them towards you. So get excited, Aquarius. That's a beautiful reading. It's not easy energy. However, there are great rewards for the one that does the work of transformation. Keep finding that edge of discomfort, Aquarius, and continuously meet it, and you will not be disappointed. Aquarius, I am going to leave it there, and hope you found this reading insightful. Keep in mind it's a general reading for the collective, so it won't be everyone's message. Hey, that's okay. It can't be every week. If you feel called to share, please do leave me a comment. Just keeping in mind they are public comments so everyone sees them. And it helps me get to know you guys and connect with your energies. And I will see you back here next week for another message.